This is Roger Struckoff with Syscon TV. We are on day 3 of Cloud Expo East in New York, and we are joined right now by Reuven Harrison with Tufin, and we're going to talk about security and software-defined data centers. At least that's what I think. Welcome, Reuven. Thanks for joining us. And is that what we're going to talk about?
Absolutely. Thank you.
Okay, great. Tell me.
All right. So first of all, a lot of the enterprises that have been using our systems for many years are reaching out to the cloud, public cloud, and private cloud, both hybrid cloud. And we're seeing a big shift towards that this year, much more than before. It's happening at the big enterprise. It's happening at the financial services, and that's a big move because that's changing the way people are doing network security drastically. So the traditional ways of doing security are changing very rapidly, and the security administrators and network administrators are feeling that. There's new stakeholders in the process. The people that bring up cloud instances, servers, applications are becoming part of the security process, even though they don't have any real knowledge about security. And that's challenging the existing processes, it's challenging the security managers, and we're kind of building a platform to enable that to work better.
I'm not that fond of like catchphrases like tipping point, but everything that I'm hearing this week, it sounds like we've crossed the threshold or something. Suddenly demand for this stuff is up, and that seems to be what you're saying. And can you tell me why?
Yeah, I think it's maturity. I think we're seeing in terms of public cloud, Amazon, AWS, and Microsoft Azure leading that space. They've reached a certain maturity which the enterprises feel comfortable to use for their own needs. I think the cost savings are obvious. I mean, that's the main driver, and the agility and the flexibility, that's the main driver. But I think it's also reached a level where they can actually use it for operational needs without any barriers. The only big obstacle that we see is security, because it's really different than anything else that they've known before, and a lot of our customers are just trying to figure out how to do security in that world.
Yeah, it's sort of distributed security, distributed computing, distributed security. Do you think that it seems like this idea of the shadow IT, in this case, use a credit card and deploy AWS, we've moved beyond that, so enterprises are finally embracing in a serious way, and the old debate about public-private hybrid is evolved into it's just hybrid, and that's because you'd be a fool not to take a hybrid strategy.
Yeah, business is definitely driving hybrid cloud for cost savings, as I mentioned. Shadow IT is, I know it's been discussed a lot, but I think that's kind of going away because the enterprise are getting their hand over it now. They're controlling it as part of the processes, and they will very quickly figure out how to embed it into their security processes as well.
So what are the big security issues that they're ignoring or not aware of or need help with, and where does Tufin come into play? Okay,
there's a few challenges that are all interrelated. There's agility, for example. So cloud is all about agility. You want to make changes very rapidly, but you still need to build compliance and security into the change process, which traditionally was usually took days to weeks to accomplish. Now that's not acceptable anymore. How do you do compliance and security for a change within 20 minutes? Obviously it has to be automated. It's the only way to get that fast. But how do you automate security? It's traditionally a very manual process. So we bring tools to do that, to automate the security change process, the security change management. That's one thing. The other thing is the actual architecture of security is changing. The IPs are becoming much less important than they were in the past. Networks in general are becoming abstracted away under layers of abstraction. So we're seeing applications replace the network as the focal point for security.
How do you, as things become automated, things are abstracted and then they become automated, how do you maintain your customers' confidence and your security? Because maybe they can't see it.
That's very true. How do you do security? How do you maintain control and visibility on top of a totally abstracted and automated platform?
Yes, that's the question.
The answer is Tufin. I can go into more detail, but that's exactly what we do.
Okay. Well, the way to go into more detail is to contact you directly. What's your URL? How do people find your company?
Tufin.com.
We can't beat that. Tufin.com, and then you'll be secure if you do that. Do you give like away free security blankets? That'd be a nice, really tacky sort of promotion that I would think of. But
Sure, we'll talk to a marketing department. Yeah.
maybe you'll do that. Tufin.com. We've been sitting here with Reuven Harrison from that very company talking about security, software-defined data centers, things that you should be thinking about, things that if you have thought about, you probably can't fix and should contact them anyway. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you for watching. For Syscon TV, this is Roger Struckoff.